And this is Therapy Without a Degree, the teen edition.
And today we're going to be talking about relationships.
Toxicity. Yeah, toxicity. That's a big one.
Oh, and we also have a guest with us today.
Yes.
She can introduce herself.
Go ahead, please.
So, yeah, my name is Leslie, and I got my own podcast myself. It's Tia's Crazy Shit Show. So, Tia's Crazy Shit Show in the house, everybody. Shout out to everybody.
So what are you going to start with first?
So today we're going to talk about relationships toxicity. So the first question we got is, how do you get out of a toxic relationship?
Oh my God. That's so rough, getting out of a toxic relationship, especially when you guys both are very reliant on each other already. And I don't know, you put so much time and effort into it that
you don't have time and focus for yourself.
Yeah, you barely even get time to focus on yourself. You're always focused on them, and
you can never put yourself forward because you always put your time and energy into them instead of actually doing what you need to do.
I mean, I feel like before you even get into a relationship, you got to do what you got to do first.
Right.
And then start thinking about that stuff.
Right.
Which is, oh my God, I wish I knew that before. Unconditional love. What is unconditional love?
What is unconditional love to you?
Unconditional love to me is loving someone, knowing their faults, their flaws, into a perfection. That is unconditional love. What is unconditional love to you?
Unconditional love is where you're honest with each other and not hiding nothing.
Communication
is key.
I don't know.
Unconditional love to me is, I feel like, some people, when they get into a relationship, yeah, it's going good for a little bit, but at the same time, what are your goals in that relationship? Like
what are you getting out of it?
Right, what are you getting out of it? How does it make you feel?
Oh my God. Feelings in toxic relationship are strong emotions. When you say you love someone, it is like...
Right. And love is a strong word. It only goes so far.
Yeah, it's like a fucking high. I'm not gonna lie with you. Being in a relationship, it's like I'm drugged up.
Right.
I just want them all the time. I need them.
Right.
And then you get very dependent on them, and then... it's just the toxicity starts to come out where...
But then when you realize they ain't doing the same for you.
Yeah. Like, how you finna be in a relationship and give all your time, your energy, your love, you're caring for them, you're worried about them, you're doing all this for them not to do it in return?
Right. Like, you at least have to get something back in order to, compromise with each other, talk to each other.
Oh my God, communication is key.
Like, that's the biggest thing in a relationship. You have to have communication.
I don't even know.
Because when you have communication, you bump heads, you need that communication. If someone's wrong, own up to it. Don't hide it. Don't say, oh, it's the other person's fault. You can't blame the other person when you're in the wrong. You have to admit you're wrong. Because all people have to admit their wrongs.
Yeah. It's like... even it's the littlest things ever, I'll still admit my wrong.
Right.
If I raise my tone, or if I said some shit that was out of pocket, I'm apologizing mad quick. Especially, oh my God, the people that don't notice that shit.
Right.
Oh my God. And they're like, well, you gotta say sorry.
Right. We don't gotta say sorry.
We can say sorry together, but still, it's as little as shit.
Right.
Ooh. I want to ask you
feelings in that relationship.
Feelings.
Strong. What people feel.
Honestly, wow, I'm in a relationship. I was in a relationship that was very
We know.
Yeah. It was very strong feelings to the point that I don't know, I was blinded by the fact that it wasn't a healthy relationship because of how much I loved them. I was willing to forgive them for what they did, pretend like it didn't happen when it did happen, and my feelings are still the same, and I'm like stuck here. Oh my God. So, I'm sorry. So this problem occurred, all right? I was talking with someone, and it was very deep talking, and they had did something to me in the beginning of my relationship with them, which they had ended up blaming it on them being intoxicated. Actually, can we go into that subject?
Yeah.
All right. So, if someone is intoxicated and cheats, is it like still okay? Because I forgave him, even though I was like, no.
I can speak for on that topic.
Yeah, because we both been through
this. See, for myself, because I've made some mistakes, but you can't, when you are intoxicated, even if you're intoxicated, you still got to know you're still in a relationship.
You're responsible for
like
your actions. Too.
Right. Actions have consequences. Whatever you do while you're intoxicated and you're not with your loved one and doing other stuff with other people, that's wrong.
That is wrong.
And for me, because, you know, I've done it or whatever, but I've learned to grow and actually, I have to, like, apologize for that because, like, I knew that was wrong.
You forgave
yourself. And when you know something is wrong, you got to do something about it.
Gotta, like you said, in this Joe's podcast, Every Raw Degree, they was talking about forgiveness.
Yes.
And you just have to sometimes forgive yourself in order to be able to apologize to someone else.
Right. Like, you need to be able to breathe. For me right now, because my emotions are everywhere.
I know.
But for me right now, I feel like I told this person I need a break. Because I'm not going to spend my whole summer.
Hold up. What's a break? Because there's a break up and then there's a break.
A break?
Like, that's like half a sentence.
Okay, there's two difference. When you're breaking up with someone, y'all are broken up. There's no getting back together. Okay? Y'all broken up. Maybe in the future, maybe whenever. A break is when y'all both need to clear each other's y'all need to clear minds. Y'all need to go separate ways. Like, you know,
Can I stop you right there?
Yeah.
Why would you need a break for someone that you supposedly say you love?
Wow.
Honestly, I feel like if there's actual unconditional love, why the fuck do I need a break from that? Why can't I just be suffocated? Wait, I'm not allowed to curse?
You're allowed. See, I've been in a relationship for like a year and 6 months. Next week would have been 7, but you know, stuff happens. But a break for me, I would say, because me, I've holden a lot. I've never been the type of person to actually express my emotions to nobody, explain how I feel, talk about how I feel, because I feel like I'll be judged.
I know, judgment is a very big thing.
So,
trying to open up to someone.
For me, I like relationships, and this person that I'm, you know, whatever, I needed a break. I couldn't. My head, I've been through so much. I feel like I keep holding myself back. I feel like I keep holding myself down. Like, ever since, you know, I graduated or whatever from school, I feel like I need to start doing things on my own. I can't keep putting my time into someone who's all the way over there. I'm all the way out here with you because I want to build, you know. Stability. Yes, stability.
And
like,
y'all were on and off. First of all, toxic, if you want to know if it's toxic, it's on and off. Trust me. I thought that shit was normal. It's not normal to go on and off with someone.
Right. And that just eats you up. Like, for me, it was eating me up. I couldn't. Like, my head, I couldn't think. I couldn't, you know. I'm over here, like, stressing. Holding it in.
Oh, my God.
And
holding
holding it in makes it worse. So, like, I just had to let it out. And when we were talking in the room, I had to let it out. Like, I can't keep going on the way I have been for years. I'm 18 now. I can't keep doing this.
Shit need to change, and it's okay to change. It's always okay to not be okay. Anyways, in this breakup situation. How do you break up with someone that's toxic? Don't even.
Well, there's many ways. Even if the person don't like what you're gonna say or what you have to say it. And if you want to break up with someone, break up with someone. Don't leave the toxic situation. Don't go back, because you keep putting yourself in dangerous situations when you know you need to get out of it.
How are you supposed to break up with someone when, even though like they don't really, maybe it's just like an attachment issue, because love can also be an attachment, but how do you really,
how do you actually go about breaking up with somebody?
when you deeply love them, like unconditional share, love you even though you kill someone, type of shit. I'll forgive you, no judgment.
You can love someone, but you also can love someone from a distance. You have to start like for me, I love this person, but I also have to love them from a distance. Breaking up with someone, how do you break up with someone? The question. First, you start off by telling them how you feel. They don't like how you feel. They don't support how you feel. That's a breakup.
They don't understand how you feel.
Right.
Because if you're telling someone how you feel and they don't understand, even though you're explaining it,
like that shit will kill you.
Nah, for real. It's aggravating.
Because if you're not going to understand what I'm feeling or how I'm feeling, and you expect me to still be in this relationship, you're wrong.
Yeah.
You're wrong. Like, you need to work on yourself before even putting your time into others. Relationships,
that right there.
Like
Listen,
you need
preaching. Nah, continue. You and me.
You need yourself to be able to actually, have that mental stability to even be in a relationship. For me right now, I don't have that mental stability. I can't. I need to breathe. I need a break.
You need to before anyone gets in a relationship, they gotta evaluate themselves first.
Love themselves before loving other people.
Because that will screw with you.
Yes. It will really mess up your head really, really bad. And go ahead.
Continue.
Oh, okay.
I was just looking for the next one.
And I don't know. I don't have really words right now to say about a breakup right now, but all I'm gonna say is you gotta love yourself before you love somebody else. And if you want something, go for it. Run for it.
Yeah,
don't keep
chase that shit.
Yes, chase your dreams. Make sure you chase after your dreams, because not many people have done that yet.
And no one is going to make your dreams a reality or make it realistic except for yourself.
Right. And if you want it, go get it.
Why do relationships last so long? Like toxic relationships. Why is it lasting so long? Why is this a year? Why are we doing this stupid shit?
Because maybe people like toxic relationships.
It's not. I feel like it's about the surroundings.
Yeah.
Too. Because when you grow up with type of bad examples of a relationship, it's like you just absorb that. Like, it's bad, but you're still absorbing it. And in some way, you pick up those traits and you interpret it in your future relationships.
And I can also answer the question why people stay in toxic relationships, because people, well, me, for instance, I thought, maybe I could last with this person forever. I could have a future. I could have this, and this with this person. But when you realize that things are not changing the way that they are, you realize that it's a toxic relationship. But many people stay in toxic relationships because they want to see where they're going to go in life with that person. But they also have to realize how worse it's going to keep getting and getting before you break yourself.
Also, you keep expecting that person to change, or you keep expecting yourself to change in the relationship and hoping it'll get better over time. And then more time goes by, and now it's just, you can't break up. You can't break up with them now because you just put so much time and energy into that shit. And it's just like, I still wanted this future with this person.
Right.
Like, I put all this energy and effort for me to want to keep this person in my life for so long, even though they weren't bringing me any good towards it.
Yeah. Are you guys good? Okay.
How do you fix a toxic relationship?
You can't. You can't.
You didn't
can't.
even try?
You could actually.
Oh,
And how do we do that?
how do we do that?
Well, everybody, you both got to meet 50-50.
Yeah. You have to, like I said, I keep waiting for that person to change in the relationship, and if they're not changing, and I'm trying to change, and they're not changing what needs to be changed to make the relationship more healthy, I guess.
Yeah, I agree.
You gotta do it.
I mean,
Eventually, you just gotta wash your hands.
Yeah. Just
Wait,
clean
what was
with that
the
person.
what was the question?
Can you get back? Can you fix a toxic
can you fix a
relationship?
toxic relationship? The only reason why I say no is because, I mean, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel, but after just going through so much, I feel like there was no hope. There's no hope in a toxic relationship, to be honest. For me, I
Just
can't
let the
speak for
shit go.
other people, but for me, I feel like there's no hope. You know, you don't have that hope. Like,
At some point, there's no hope left because you keep waiting for someone to change, and now it's almost going on like 2 years.
but
and you're
after
fuck that
like
shit.
after you see them keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over
shit
again,
gets
you can't keep
exhausting.
putting yourself through that. And that's what I'm saying right now from my heart. I can't keep doing the stuff that I'm doing right now. I can't keep doing this. I need to work on myself because this summer I'm working on myself. I'm doing me. I'm focusing on me. Nobody else but me, because that's what I have to do right now. I don't have nobody else. I have y'all, but I need to work on me, you know?
Yeah. At the end of the day.
At the end of the day, my family don't call up and text me if I'm okay, you know? They don't say hi. Like, they don't check up on me. So I'm going to check up on myself, make sure I'm okay, make sure I'm healthy and have stability and strength to do what I need to do.
You know when there's this one animal, snakes. Okay, no, turtles. You know when a turtle is born in an egg, it's hatched and laid in a beach.
Yes.
They hatch, and they have to go straight to the ocean, or else the dangers of life is gonna get to them. But they're looking around for their mommy and daddy, and they're nowhere to be found. They're alone, swimming in the ocean, having to figure shit out for themselves.
Yeah.
I just compared fucking. I just compared that shit to turtles.
You did.
Save the turtles.
Always.
We have so much writing, bro.
So, why is it that people grow up with a bad... Hold on. Why is it that people grow up with a bad example of a relationship, know it's bad, but interpret in their own relationship?
Dude, that starts off with traits, too. They pick up traits from their parents, like I had mentioned earlier, and they know it's a bad thing to be doing. Oh, I have so many examples of this. So, you see it's bad. You see how it impacted your family. Like, the toxic relationship, you have kids now. It's still going on because you are not letting go. You want it to, you still have, you want the little left, and you want it to last and make it something bigger. But it's not going to happen because it has to be, like, how she said, 50-50. And if it's not like that, it's just going to keep going and going and going. And then next thing you know, your kids are here listening to you fucking slash it out, thrash each other. And they do that shit in their own relationships as well.
And when you have kids and your kids see that, and as they get older, they'll pick up on stuff like that too.
And they'll think it's normal because of the environment that they're surrounded by.
Right.
But honestly, I don't even know
But
what a healthy relationship
Not
is.
all relationships, not all toxic relationships. I mean, I'm sorry.
Not all toxic relationships.
I was trying to say.
Brain bubble.
I agree, ladies.
Oh yeah, what I was gonna say. When your kids see that, yeah, they'll pick up on it, but they have a decision to make in the future if they want to become the person that is setting a bad example for them, or they're gonna actually choose to be a good example in order to be a better person for themselves.
When I left my toxic relationship, they had said that they were going to try and get better for me. And in that moment, I knew that I was like, I left to get better for myself because it wasn't working. And so, in terms of that, he just thought that he was doing something wrong, even though it was 50-50. And that he needed to fix on it for me, even though I'm trying to fix myself for future relationships. Like, I be overthinking this shit, all right? I begin in a relationship, and the only thing in my mind is if I feel like real love for this person, it might work out. But, okay. So, I think about future relationships and then how my relationship in the present will affect my kids in the future. Like, do I really want to be that example for them? Do I want to do shit like that? I'm very strategized. Like,
Yes.
I be overthinking too much. I be in my head.
Yeah, we all have those moments. But
Ooh.
for me,
Sorry, I got another question. I'm gonna tell you later.
for me, this person, yeah, it lasted a year, 6 months, whatever. But she wanted to, like, she said some things, she wanted me to stay. She didn't want me to take a break where she was like, I can't because I don't want to lose you. You're not going to lose me. I just need a break so I can get me back on track.
Yeah, even though if you get yourself on track and you get back in that toxic relationship, you're still going to be in the same place you were.
Yeah, I know.
Which evolves in my question, by the way. I'm so sorry. I'm going to continue. How do you not get back onto that toxic relationship? Like, how do you avoid getting into a toxic relationship again with the same person? Which is very hard.
Well, first of all, if it's done, you need to block all their information.
But you just said...
What was the question?
How do you leave?
How do you not go back?
How do you not go back to a toxic relationship? Not how you leave my phone.
Do you have a question?
Can I chime in? By setting your boundaries. And you could still be... One thing, like you were about to say it, but I honestly don't agree with that. A lot of people always think that they need to block people or cut people off, or... You don't need to do that. Because that's a cheat. That's an easy way. That's an easy way for you to avoid them. The hard way, and I think the real way, is to just have your boundaries, stand your ground, make your decision, and you can still always have love for that person, but that love could be a different love. That love could be a friend or an acquaintance. Maybe you speak to them on holidays or just their birthdays. You don't have to always do what y'all did. You don't have to dead the person. You loved them once, right? So now you could just reposition that love to something else, but you have to stand your boundaries, because if you don't, then you're just going to end up back in that toxic relationship.
Preach from Joe right here.
Right.
That shit woke. Stay woke.
Stay woke, guys.
Ooh.
What do we got next?
We have so much. We are horrible at writing stuff down, FYI. Teenagers, do better.
Jaylene did it.
Damn, she called me out. Yeah, read your little paper. Stick your pinky out.
How do you break up with someone, and can you fix a toxic relationship? Did we just do that?
Kind of.
I mean, you can fix a toxic relationship, but how that's going to work? Communication. To fix a toxic relationship, you need to talk about it.
No matter how you talk, it's not going to go through their head, though. Like, I've tried communication, but the other person wasn't cooperating. Like, motherfucker, start working. I plugged you. I took you out the charger. I plugged you back in. Work.
Right. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Ooh, I think once you're done, you're done. Other than that, fuck. Right now, it's kind of so hard to leave. Oh my god. I don't know. It's such a
It
familiar.
is hard.
It's
I mean, at such a young age, it is hard because we're still young, but in reality, we're gonna have to not keep going in the same cycle over and over and over again. As we get older, 50 out of 50, we might move on from that person. We're not gonna forget them, but we can at least make we can make an effort to move forward and actually, just focus on yourself. Sometimes people don't even need to worry about relationships. We don't even need to be in a relationship right now at such a young age. We still have time to experience more, do more, look into careers, do what, inspires us.
I was searching for like a love. I don't know how to explain it. I was searching for some type of affectionate love from someone that wasn't there. Like, it was a different type of love. And in turn of what I've noticed with time, I just needed self-love.
Now I have a question.
Oh, fuck.
Why is it that people, like, when you're in a toxic relationship, why is it that when you express your feelings to your significant other, but they push your feelings down and bring up theirs?
Oh, wow. I feel like both people should wait to speak, and each of them explain their point of view, their feelings towards it. Just, you're both talking.
Yeah.
You feel me?
But what I'm asking is, why does the other person push down the way you're feeling and bring up their emotions and their past just in order for you to feel some type of sorrow for them?
Damn, bro.
I'm sorry.
I don't know. Maybe this is the hardest question.
You got anything?
What was the question again?
Why do, when you're in a toxic relationship,
Narcissistic too. This sounds very narcissistic.
and say, like, if you're in a relationship, say you're expressing your feelings to me or whatever, and I'm just like,
what does someone call it? They find it. I can't find the word. No, it's not even gaslighting. They take your feelings
and push them aside.
which is something that they don't find it as any importance except for theirs. Their feelings are more important than yours.
To me, it's like they're looking for blamers.
Something to blame for.
Yeah.
Then it goes back to what you guys were saying though about toxic in general. Like, once you realize it's toxic, it's time to either make changes or go. Like, there's mad healthy relationships out here. There's mad healthy friendships. There's mad healthy family members. There's all that. Like, it's out there. But we sometimes get lost in the sauce.
Hell yeah.
And there's always money efficiency. It's okay.
Oh my God, yeah. Someone told me, I was like, I'm not feeling this dude. He's not treating me right, but I can't leave him. And they're like, dude, there's so much fish in the sea. What do you mean?
But I feel like
it's not about that. It's a person.
as I was going on, as I said, we are still young, and I feel like teenagers and kids, they shouldn't even be worrying about relationships right now.
Oh yes, please do not start dating till you're 18 or above. No, stop. Don't start dating till you're 23.
No, don't start dating until you're
Wait,
like
20? Is it 23 correct?
No,
or should I do something
wait.
different?
Don't start dating until you're actually mature enough for a relationship.
Not even maturity.
I agree, ladies.
Really?
Yes.
I feel like you have to like figure shit out for yourself first. Have your own world.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I feel like you should become friends first, get to know each other, get to know the family, each other's family.
But we did that too. We did that shit already.
Huh. Especially
It takes time. What people forget is it takes a long time to get to know people. And that's one thing I've been saying for years. It takes time to get to know people. Like, it takes years. Like, and you have to kind of, that's why people date, but people just don't date long enough. And they end up then in toxic relationships because they didn't get to know the person.
I feel
agree,
called out.
ladies.
A little bit, just a little bit. I honestly thought, while in that moment, I felt like I really knew this person. Like the first time, my first relationship, I sat down with this person and talked for mad long, and I never would have noticed that our relationship would have ever turned out like that, ever. I never thought he would be saying shit like this to me. I never thought I'd be saying shit like that to him. I never thought shit would turn out like that.
Okay. Why do people get violent in a toxic relationship?
Oh, okay. Why do people get violent in a toxic relationship? It's because they're toxic. They have badass traits where they think it's okay because they're around people, like I said last time, they're around family member and, you know, people they grew up with that wasn't a good example and would throw down in a relationship, which you start to pick up, and then you're like, oh, fuck, maybe, like, I picked that shit up. I would notice my toxicity. I'm like, oh, fuck, I fucked up. I can't be doing that shit, and I need to go because I'm acting like him.
Right.
I also believe that toxic also could come from parents. Like I said, young adolescent, like when they're young, their parents were probably toxic. So a lot of kids do pick up that toxic too. So whatever they seen, they do when they get older.
But with that too, with a lot of times we forget is that we're all learning and growing, and like we're all, even parents, like everyone's still trying to figure it out, you know. And there's some of their relationships, they're still figuring it out. Like, you don't learn any of this shit in a few years. You ain't gonna get it by you 20, 21, 22. Like, I'm 33. We still learning new things to level up and be better. You know, life is a continuous journey of personal development and getting better in relationships. So a lot of times we witness things in our family. We witness things the way our parents do things. But we got to remember, they're still just figuring it out. You know, like, I was in a relationship a few years ago. Was still figuring things out. If I can go back to that, I would have made many changes. And at that time, I thought, you know, where I was at, thought I was growing, X, Y, Z, but you're still learning. So sometimes we can't always just pick up what we are surrounded by. We have to make our own decisions.
Yeah, you're right. I agree.
Going on with just what Joe just said, how are you supposed to ever be in a relationship if they 30 and still can't, like, shit still happens. Shitty shit still happens. Like, how am I ever supposed to get in a relationship knowing that there's people out here acting crazy still? Like, I'm trying to fix myself. I'm trying to do better for myself and still love someone else, which is something. Oh, it's a completely other story. Having to take care of yourself and someone else. I hate that. You have to be independent for me to be in a relationship with you. It gotta be your world, my world, our worlds.
Yes. I feel like
What you feeling like?
a lot of things. I feel like, but no, I feel like that shouldn't be the reason though. What I was asking is, like, why do people put their hands on each other in a relationship? Like, I feel like there should be no reason to put
Right.
I feel like violence is never the answer. Even if you're in a
Unless they hit you first.
relationship. Even if that person hit you first. Fighting and all that is like, and you have kids, that's bad.
Yeah. You shouldn't be doing shit like that. That's bad example for your kids. Don't be beating no one, actually.
Right.
Fuck that shit. Unless they did something bad to you, I see no reason. Like, if they was like make a mess or some shit and they didn't clean it up, there's no reason to be beating.
Right.
Ooh, but if you're in a toxic relationship and you're arguing and they say some shit and you say some shit and next thing you know you throwing down, I don't know how
Tough
that.
question,
I don't even
right?
know how that leads to it. But then again, I know, like, you could get so aggravated to the point you're ready. But then again, you know.
But taking it out on your loved one, that's
not love.
It's not.
You don't put hands on someone you love.
Right. Because imagine how that other person feels, and imagine how what you are doing to them is affecting them. you know? And like Joe said, you can't keep repeating the cycle, you know? Like you can't keep doing it. Like if you are going to end up putting your hands on me, that should be a sign right there. It's toxic and you should be out. Take your kids and leave. Call the cops. Do something. But still staying in that relationship for that other person because they keep telling you, oh, yeah, I'm a change. I'm going to do this. Words only go so far.
Like I was saying, you think that's normal because of what you were surrounded by. And so when they say they're going to change for you and do better for you, you're going to believe that. Because, yeah. You don't got to cry. Oh. Is that it?
So
I think that's
we're
it.
gonna so we talked about toxic relationships. We're gonna talk about healthy relationships.
We're going into healthy relationships?
Yes.
Okay. Let's reverse the question then.
Okay.
How do you know it's a healthy relationship?
You know it's a healthy relationship when, you know, both partners are happy.
I was happy too in a toxic relationship. I'm just saying.
But no, a healthy relationship is when you actually have communication, when you're actually building with each other, trying to make each other grow, you know, try to build each other's self-esteem, you know, like, you know.
Ooh, self-esteem. I'm gonna stop you right there. You're the only person that should ever be building your self-esteem. You don't need other people for that. You really don't. You can find that in yourself.
True words.
Shit. Joe got me thinking so deep lately.
I could tell, Jay.
Not killing it. What do you want to preview that you're going to talk about in the next episode?
Ooh, a preview. What are we gonna do? I want to do about how simple connections and even someone that I don't even know coming up to me, seeing me cry, and giving me a hug, how that affects me in the future and how I perceive people in the future. Because, you know, sometimes people, you're crying, they're just like, shut the fuck up.
Right. And just like continue
you're gonna reflect on that in the future and not want to fucking cry in front of people because people are gonna tell you to shut the fuck up. You're crying too loud. Stop crying.
Right.
Like you're allowed to be
like
not okay.
Most people, I feel like people need to start being supportive of one another.
Yes,
that's what people who don't have nobody and is looking for that emotional support, physical support, whatever. I feel like people should be there for each other, whether if they don't even know each other and you see someone crying, I'm gonna be like, hey, are you okay?
I just go up and give them a little big hug.
Like, I feel like most people, a lot of people are going through something right now. And I feel like, you know, they won't ever say it because of how bad and hurt they are.
Or they're going to be judged too. That's a
right. But you finding yourself, people just need to find themselves. People need to find out who they actually are.
People need to start figuring out their place in the world. And what they like, and find the stuff that you're looking for in relationships in yourself.
Right.
Don't fucking be in a relationship before you figure that shit out.
Right. And I feel like, you know, maybe people. But no. All I'm gonna say is, all I'm gonna say is, I feel like when you're in relationships, not relationships, family, friends, or whatever, you need to really think about what you're getting yourself into, what's going to be happening if you meet them, like meet those friends, family, and when you surround yourself with friends. Friends is the biggest thing too. You need to find those friends who are actually going to, you know, be a good example for you.
Oh, yeah, for sure. The people you surround yourself are the people
because there are so many friendships. People are like, oh, yeah, this is my friend. Do you really know, are they your friend or are they just a friend?
acquaintance. Too.
Right.
I have a lot of acquaintances. People sometimes. Oh my god. I can never actually be friends with people that don't understand my mentality. If that makes sense. Like if you're not feeling my vibe, you're not vibe.
Right. And I just don't get why, like, when you are friends with somebody, right? I don't get this, because a lot of kids have this problem now. When you're friends, right, and then something happens, you guys are not friends no more, and people end up talking about each other, there's fights breaking out.
Oh, yeah.
What is the point of that? Y'all are just making an entertainment and all this out of yourselves and making yourselves looking like a fool.
That should be exhausting.
Right. Who would want to break a friendship just to be fighting with you and trying to fight you or whatever? That's not a friend right there. And then end up being back to friends?
Yo, that's a big ass problem. We gotta be talking. Let me get a pen before I forget this shit, please. Val, throw me a pen, please, honey. Right here. Ooh, that was beautiful, girl. Okay. What she said.
Topics for next week?
Hell yeah. Y'all listen up.
We're going to be talking about...
Do teenagers... Why do teenagers become friends? Just to start drama, talk shit about each other, and then become friends again and do the same show all over again and then beat their ass.
You don't have to write all of that.
Ooh.
We're just going to talk about friendships.
Ooh, friendship.
We're also going to talk about how many drugs and how much it's killing kids.
It's a real
teens.
issues.
We're going to talk about drugs.
Yeah.
Addictions and everything.
Oh my god, we gonna to get deep up in here. You best come back.
Yes. This is Jaylene and Reese at Therapy
Signing
Without a Degree.
out.
And we'll be back next time.
Peace.
Peace.
Yo, that was fire. Like, that was beyond. Like, I could die. You know, I could die.